Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, the structure of atom, origin of spectra. Today in this video you will see the structure of atom and Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment and Rutherford models of atom. In the next video we will discuss about the Bohr's theory and hydrogen spectrum. So let's start. Structure of atom. Now this topic you have been studying from lower classes. In class 11 chemistry you have studied details about the structure of atom, and now in physics also we are going to study the same topic in some other manner. What was the old view? Remember the time of Dalton. Dalton gave previously in olden days also, before Dalton also, scientists thought that matter is made up of very small particles. And what are the particles? Because these particles are so small that till date no one has seen an atom. In the olden days also, philosophers were of the view that matter is made up of small particles, and these particles but these particles were so small that it was unable to see, and so they had no such experimental proof of the existence of particles. In 1803, Dalton announced his theory, that is Dalton's atomic theory. It was the first ever theory given on atom. Even though maximum part of the theory was wrong, that we have been studied in chemistry, what was the theory, that we will not study here. Even though maximum part of the theory was proved wrong, but it was the first stepping stone for the theory. And Dalton gave the word atom, which means which could not be divided, which is unbreakable, which cannot be divided, which is undivisible, unbreakable by any physical or chemical means. In 1897, Thomson discovered electron, and then it was proved by experiment that electron was negative charge particle. And then protons were discovered by the means of the anode rays, and finally neutrons. So this brief history we have studied, and now we are going to study about start with the Thomson's model of atom. Thomson gave suggested a model. His model was called the plum pudding model. He considered that the entire atom was positive charge. He considered that according to this model, an atom is a positive charge sphere of radius, very small radius, in about 1 angstrom, of the order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter, in which positive charge of the atom was uniformly distributed with the sphere of electrons were embedded like plums. Means the theory of Thomson was that the entire charge was positively charged. The entire atom was positively charged, and the negative charge, the electrons were negative charge electrons were embedded at places in the atom. Means they were just embedded, they were not moving, they were just embedded, fixed some places in the positive charge. Okay, so an entire positive nucleus was what? Positively charged. Nucleus was not discovered that time, entire atom was positively charged. Now this was the first theory ever. However, totally it is wrong. From the modern concept of atom structure that you have, that this theory was totally wrong, and we know that the positive charge is not scattered entirely but concentrated in a small space, that is called the nucleus. Now the discovery of nucleus, and that it contains the positive charge, and the entire positive charge is concentrated at the nucleus. This discovery was given by the alpha scattering experiment of Rutherford. Rutherford nuclear model of atom. See, in this, what he had done, we had taken a gold foil, and from a radioactive source we have produced alpha particles. So these alpha particles, which are helium nucleus, are coming from the gold, from a radioactive material, and these alpha particles were made to collide with the gold foil. And after the collision, what it was seen, that some particles were scattered with a very large angle, some particles were scattered with a very small angle, and few particles went straight, and maximum particles went straight. So maximum particles went straight and few particles were scattered by a large angles, and very few, about 1 in 20,000, take U-turn, had moved with a U-turn. So from the, what was the observation? It was observed that although 1 or less than were made every 1,000 were scattered through quality, means very few particles were scattered by a large angle, okay, about 1%, and maximum particles, जो alpha particles went straight, and few particles were scattered by large angle. From this observation, what was the conclusion? Most of the alpha particles passed almost straight through the gold foil without being affected in this any way. Means most of the particles went straight, as if the gold foil has no charge, nothing. This observation proves that the maximum part of the atom is empty. The maximum part of an atom is empty. And as, okay, some alpha particles were deflected through small angle with their angular distribution was definite. Now, since alpha particles are positively charged and maximum particles went straight and some very few particles were deflecting by small angle, this made Rutherford to think that the positive charge of the atom is not scattered, evenly distributed, as was suggested by Thomson, but the positive charge is concentrated in a small region in the center of the atom, and he called this region as what? As the nucleus. Very few of the alpha particles were scattered at angles greater than 90 degree from the initial path and returned back. From this, it was evident that high speed alpha particles pass through the atoms of the gold foil. Then there is a few of them experience strong repulsive forces so as to return back. Okay, so means what? That very few were returning back, very few, 1 in 10,000 or even more than that. This proved that alpha atom is empty and the positive charge is not scattered but concentrated in a small region inside the atom, and this small region had the order of 10 to the power minus 14 meter. That we call the nucleus. So what is nucleus? So it was concluded from this experiment that the entire positive charge was not spread but concentrated in a small region, that is called the nucleus, of the order of 10 to the power minus 14 meter, while the radius of the atom was only of the order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter. The radius of nucleus is only a 1/10,000 part. So we can say the radius of nucleus is only 1/10,000 part of the atom. Means the size of nucleus is 1/10,000th part of the size of the atom. Okay, and here from this it was observed that Coulomb's law also hold for atomic distances. Why? Because in the alpha particles are coming very close to the nucleus before they are taking a U-turn, that we will see about the distance of closest approach, which is about the order of 10 to the power minus 14 meter. So this proves that that the Coulomb's law that we generally study for charged particles, extended charged particles, ठीक है, this charged particle, this Coulomb's law also hold for atomic distances. Okay, mean inside the atom also we can assume that Coulomb's law hold. Now we are going to study about the distance of closest approach. Distance of closest approach means what? Suppose, see, this alpha particle is coming towards a nucleus. Okay, now when this alpha particle has coming from the nucleus, it is having a potential and kinetic energy because it is coming with a velocity, and as it comes close and close, it is suffering a repulsion because both are positive charge. This alpha particle is positive charge and nucleus is also positive charge. Z, what is the charge of alpha particle? 2e, and okay, because it has 2 protons, and Z is the number of protons, and that is called the atomic number. So Ze is the charge of the nucleus, both are positive charge. So it is quite obvious that there will be a repulsion. Now suppose this alpha particle, when it is come here, it has maximum kinetic energy, and when it is coming back, it is being redarted. Why? Because of the repulsion that is acting in the opposite direction. So due to this repulsion, what will happen? Due to this repulsion, the alpha particle will come here at any one position, and from here it will take a U-turn. After coming to one position, it will take what? A U-turn. Okay, so it is taking a U-turn. Why? Because it is losing the total. Suppose the alpha particle is coming here and after that going back. So it means that from here it cannot go ahead. What? Why? Why it is so? Simply because reaching here, the potential energy of the repulsion is equal to the kinetic energy. The potential energy of the system, that is, suppose the alpha particle is here and the nucleus is here. So we know that we have studied in electrostatics, potential energy is what? K Q1 Q2 by R. So this K Q1 Q2 by R, this potential energy becomes equal to the initial kinetic energy of the particle. Then the alpha particle will not be able to go ahead. So suppose this distance, the closest distance up to where the distance between the alpha particle and the nucleus, the minimum distance, is called the distance of closest approach. Now this, suppose this is the distance of close, the alpha particles reaches here at maximum, and from here it takes a U-turn. So this is the distance of closest approach. We are denoting it as R0. So now see what is happening. The potential energy of the system of alpha particle and this nucleus is U is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. Okay, so this will become Zd. Zd what is what? The charge of the nucleus, and 2e is the charge of the alpha particle. So it will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 Z square by R naught. And this will be equal to the initial kinetic energy of the alpha particle. Means at the position of closest approach, so what you will keep in mind? At the position of closest approach, initial kinetic energy is equal to electrostatic potential energy. Initial kinetic energy is equal to electrostatic potential energy, and from this you can get the value of R0. Okay, so R0 is this. It has observed the order of R0 is about 10 to the power minus 14 meter. Okay, for any calculation also you can do it. Okay, so this was all about the Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. Now from this experiment, it was concluded that the entire positive charge is concentrated in a closed space, and that closed space is called the nucleus. And the electrons are revolving around their orbit, around the nucleus in any orbit, okay, in their orbits, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the orbit. Okay, this was the Rutherford's model. In this model, mass of the atom leaving the mass of electron was whole, because electrons have very small mass. So entire mass and all positive charge, almost entire mass and all positive charge was concentrated in the nucleus. Around the nucleus are the around the nucleus were distributed and the electrons were distributed revolving around the nucleus. Okay. So these electrons were not stationary as Thomson had told that electrons were embedded. No, electrons were not embedded, but electrons were revolving around the nucleus, okay, which is containing the positive charge. Now drawbacks. If a charged particle revolve, then it will lose energy, and finally the nuclear electron will merge into the nucleus and the atom will become unstable. But this doesn't happen. So what was the cause of stability of atom? It was not explained by Rutherford. Second point, what was the cause of the line spectrum that we see in the next video? So this was also not explained by Rutherford, that why we have having the emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. This was discussed by the second theory. Okay students, up to here. In the next video we will see about the Bohr's theory. Okay, have a nice day.